Hello everyone, this is Leimomi Keliikuli, Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach here, and I wanted to share with you and make a video about how to really release yourself from this third dimensional net of this chaos that's kind of basically going on in the world, and how to really step into this radical kuleana, which I mean radical responsibility for this kind of new way of living into your heart of this golden source of light creation. And we actually at this moment have the ability to tap into these timelines, but because of all that is not in alignment with you, it's all falling away at the moment, so you're getting really caught up in this 3D net. So I'm pretty sure that probably at the moment, you're seeing a lot of changes, a lot of new ways of being that you're letting go of. You may be seeing people falling away from you. You could probably be experiencing chaotic relationships that's hasn't been processed. You have to process it. You'll probably be seeing you yourself needing a lot more help and support, but you don't feel really supported, and you're kind of trying too hard to kind of fix things. Or you could be experiencing a huge transition of a move, moving from a new house, from an old house to a new house, or you may be even getting a divorce. All of this kind of stuff is seriously pushing you towards a new awakening. So in 2017, we are actually going to have more high access to a higher level of our fifth dimensional nature. And actually, we already have had access to it, but we are seeing all the different dimensional levels being unveiled. So everything that is very heavy, that is not in your full alignment, is basically needing to be resolved, and including your own stuff, your own fears, your own things of not feeling worthy, right? In your relationships, or even about money, being able to receive the support financially to do what you want to do. And all of this stuff is really just a net of chaos. So I also have been experiencing this, so I really understand from a very spiritual perspective, and I want to kind of bring that to your awareness, so that your mental mind can grasp what's really happening on an energetic level. So right now, your physical body is actually being able to tap into these higher light codes that are directly being usually downloaded in your body. And so imagine all of this rain, this rain of light codes, right? Higher frequencies are raining on you. And then you've got your whole body's all drenched, and you're all slippery, and you feel really uncomfortable, very cold inside. Even many of you may be even feeling sickness, right? Because everything that is not necessary for you to hold in your body, it needs to come out. So everything in your physical, your mental, and your spiritual bodies are doing this from your fifth, your fourth, and your third dimensional aspects all at once. So the further you actually engage in this net of this 3D world, this third dimensional world, the very physical aspect of everything that we're doing right now, when we are not in that full alignment to actually see it from that perspective, all we are experiencing is just the emotions and the heaviness in our body. So this is probably why you're feeling very tired, also not very clear completely, having clarity completely of your actions. And so the people that has been doing inaction, right, for decades, and haven't really changed, they're being forced to change. Literally, they need to take action, right? They're being asked to fully take action until they get out of their mental body, which is too much in their fourth dimensional nature and their third dimensional aspect, and they have to step into their 5D, which is totally creation. It's the ability to create all things directly from source, right? Or you have been the person that has been like doing way too much action, right? And you're being asked to like slow down, like your body is slowing down, you're being very tired, you're being asked to basically like look at the illusions and the things that is not in the highest integrity for you, that's not truth, and that you're asked to completely like say, no, this is it, this is not my responsibility. So in order to get out of this like going back and forth in this 3D net, right, this net of this veil of what we are not, right, this heaviness, this and I'm not saying that you have to not be human, right? I'm saying that the things that has made you heavy, the timelines that has kept you stuck, right? Energetically, physically, mentally, that's not allowing you to move forward, it needs to get out of your system, right? But if these light code frequencies is like raining on you, you have like no way of kind of controlling it, right? So there's a part of you that is saying, well, I'm just going to surrender, I'm going to just like let things all happen. But also you need to take some aligned action to shift all of these other things that's in your 3D net that's not in alignment. Whether it is changing a relationship that you have that is not in the highest alignment, whether it is, like people who are supporting you, who really, really doesn't want to be part of your team, or let's say like stuff in your business, right? People might want to do refunds or like whatever it is that's not in full alignment. So the only way to deal with it is through radical kuleana. Okay, so I say this kuleana in Hawaiian means responsibility. So one of the biggest things of why you are stuck between the third and the fifth dimensional aspect, and kind of like in your mental, in your fourth dimensional aspect of all these emotions and these thoughts, and you can't break through that clarity, is because you haven't done radical kuleana. You haven't like gotten to this point where you're just saying like, I'm gonna forget trying to fix things through judgment. Forget trying to fix things through judgment. That's really not yours. And I think like in the mental mind, you're trying to figure that out. But in a physical sense, your body is saying like, no, like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be, I guess like subjugated, right? Like to that third dimensional stuff. So your illusions right now are coming up. So whether it's illusion with your partner, with your spouse, like stuff that you said that you're going to do with each other, right? Or with your son or your daughter, your children, like these contracts that you think that you have with them, or this like unbelief in yourself, right? Like not being confident enough to do what I need to do, like all of these, like not feeling worthy or not being loved enough, or those deeper thoughts and emotions you need to process. So how do you process, right? You actually, all you need to do is just go in your heart. Every thought, emotion, everything that exists is already in your heart, including your Akashic records, including everything that you need to know about what your soul needs to do and what needs to get activated, right? Your gifts, all of that is, you all have it in your heart creation, directly in your heart. So the only way to disconnect is disconnect that third dimensional part that is not in alignment, but you have to do it from a sense of, okay, I created this situation and I am going to take responsibility for allowing this thing, person, place, or thing, to disempower me, to make me feel small, to like create, dissonance in myself, or whatever it is. So just go directly right into your heart. And there's technically, like on a technical sense, that's all you need to do, okay? Which is just focus on your heart. Focus on the energy of what's in your heart space. What is bothering you? Like, what is truly bothering you? And you have to be really honest with yourself. So I really mean honest. Like, oh my God, like I created that person to be enabled to do nothing in their life, right? Where I take care of everything that they do, that they need to do, instead of giving them the responsibility to do that. Or I have not taken action in my life, and so that's why nothing that I wanted has been created. Or releasing like any of those burdens, right? And there's layers and layers and layers of that burden. And when you like finally like just like pop it like to the core, the root of what it is, and just like let it go of what is not you, wow, like your whole body and mind will start to have better access to what is you, right? And you will start to bring those other multidimensional parts of yourself, and you'll be able to hear the sound of the universe and feel the light of creation, the true source creation. And it really comes from you choosing to create this like radical movement in your life, but this responsibility. And the best I can explain is kind of like saying I am like a sovereign person, that everything that is in my existence is my creation, and I am the one that has access to every part, positive and negative, and I am in control of that trajectory. But allowing your guides and allowing the higher aspects of yourself, right, of your oversoul and everything to come into your heart. And when you actually release that like heaviness, that burden, right, like directly in your heart, you're going to be able to disconnect from the third dimensional net that is keeping you going back and forth from being disempowered to being suffering to not being able to share your light, right? Having that deeper compassion for people. Because right now, all our dimensional aspects in our mind and our body and our spirit are being integrated, and the light codes are coming through you. And so you can either choose to allow yourself to go into this golden source light of creation, right, of that's in your heart, or you can be involved with the chaos of the third dimensional world, or the fourth dimensional world that is not you, that is keeping you distracted from going into your heart creation. Does it make sense? So the more you're going deeper and deeper into your heart center, inside of your heart space, you're going to be able to see the layers that needs to get released each moment by moment. And literally like peeling the onion, but like peeling the illusions of all the lifetimes that you have disempowered yourself in some way. And boy, are you being tested in every aspect of your being, because it's now or never. It's like now you step into it, or you get stuck in that third dimensional aspect that is not you. So that's the first step, right? Is forget trying to like fix things through judgment, because judgment doesn't allow you to actually see through the eyes of source, or to see like a bigger perspective or possibility that you need to see now, right? So you actually need to fix it through radical kuleana, radical responsibility of, oh my God, I created this. I am not going to allow this as part of my life any longer. And it's kind of more of like an energetic thing. And you can also do that, of course, with your relationships and stuff, or, you know, the dynamics needs to change, or you need more support, or whatever the action is. You need to be very clear about what is it that you need to do, and have that discernment, what it is, what really actually is your responsibility, and what is your spouse's or your children's or whoever like is part of your business team and stuff like that. What is their responsibility? And when you know that for sure, this is when you step into your sovereignty of being a free being who has every single choice, a possibility of this creation, right? So that's the biggest part, is saying, oh my God, I created this. So radical kuleana. And then you release it from your heart. You go into your heart, you release the burdens that has been around your heart chakra for lifetime after lifetime. And you see it from a perspective of there's no good and bad. There's just this what is. Oh, wow, I was like this. I was always angry. So I'm going to choose to be more happy and more positive. Or if I'm just too positive and I'm not allowing myself to be more grounded enough to actually take care of the basic needs of my life, right? Whether it's finances or people or places and things, right? You take responsibility, but you're letting go of what is not true to you. And that comes from direct seeing what is yours and what is not yours and what is yours. Yeah. So go in your heart chakra and say, I no longer allow this part, this 3D aspect of myself, to disempower me from being in my true light. Okay. Then the third thing is really be willing, really be willing to open and move more into love. Move into this unconditionality that all that is really love, and actually being able to receive the love back. Surrender even further into love. And surrendering meaning to kind of like accept what is that is in best in alignment for me now. Because we tend to push and try to figure out what we need to do. But it's really about allowing more of that abundance to come towards you. And you're saying no to what's not and yes to what is. What is me, what I want to have in my life, in my heart, in my eyes of creation. So then what happens is you start to see through the eyes of Source. See from this creation, this golden source of light of creation, of you being completely in oneness with all that is. And that's when you move really into your 5D. You absolutely say no to the third dimensional aspects and say yes to my higher aspects of what my soul really, really wants to embody. And then calling back all aspects of yourself and integrate it in your being. Which of course you need to get rid of all the stuff that's in your fields, in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, all the things that has been keeping you small, and then stepping more into that creation. And then when you're there, that is when you're truly being Source and you're seeing through the eyes of Source. So I hope that gave you a bigger understanding of what it's like when you're being in your heart creation, because it's totally from a whole nother, it's a whole nother perspective. It's really a real reality that you either choose or not. And so when Source has been, prompting you to do certain things, and you've taken aligned action, they are going to help you even further. Your guides and everything else will help you. As soon as you say, okay, yes, I am responsible for what is, and I will take care of what is mine. And Source, you take care of what I need to do to prepare everything to do the bigger thing that I need to do, right? And trust them that they're going to do that. And then also, trust your partner or your children or the people that you're very close to to actually come with you in the direction that you want to go into. And again, that is through radical responsibility, radical kuleana, to say yes to what is me and no to what's not me. Okay, so if anyone has any questions about that, I wanted to share from that perspective because I got this awakening. Like every day I always have awakening. That's why I talk on my talk on video, because I'm channeling it. It's like, again, you're flipping your third eye to see everything as perfect, and everything that you know that's full in alignment with you, that you're calling that parts back to you. And I think you will find it as soon as you say that do that radical responsibility, that radical kuleana. Whew, that was deep. That was deep. I got that awakening, and so I actually did this with my husband and my son, and then I saw a really big difference in how they responded to me. It was like, it went from chaos, like, oh, you are the problem, you did this, you did that, and screaming at each other, to like, wow, like, I am responsible for enabling you this way, and you are responsible for not seeing from the other eyes of source. You're seeing from a judgment, from the third dimensional net that you're trapped in the chaos. And so it's about choosing not to be in that net. It's really a choice. The kid says, that was awesome. I was clearing as you were explaining. Big whooshes, incredible, powerful. Awesome, yeah. So you can do this energetically, right? You can do this in your fields. Make sure you're clearing away all those like things that are not in alignment. But also take the physical action in every part of your life areas, your business, your friends, your family, your what was the 10 life areas? Your ability to actually like create new finances, right? Like finances in your life that you really need to get to your bigger vision. Like all of your life areas, be able to take on that responsibility in a new way, but seeing it from source creation, right? Not because, oh, I'm in fear about this thing, but I really want to make the change because it's for the betterment for myself, my family. But through me being that change, I'm able to be that expanded nature for all of humanity too, which will affect the other consciousness of those that are stuck in the net of chaos, right? You're choosing not to engage in it. You're choosing what is right for you and having that discernment. So that was a really big thing for me, was like learning to say no to what is not me, and what am I to do now? Because I was always thinking I have to fix everything, I have to create this, which of course I'm creating. But when I looked at it in a deeper sense, like if I followed the path that was the best alignment for me, whatever I was prompted, like everything comes into place. So what am I worried about, right? Like what am I fearing? Because there's really nothing to fear. All right, so anyway, I am actually I have like this Cyber Monday going on. So if you guys really have been wanting to work with me, this is a big chance, because I don't ever really give big discounts on any of my programs. But I feel very grateful for everyone that has been following me. So if you've been wanting to take any of like my 14 days soul line manifestation method program, my VIP golden source of light creation program, my monetize your divine gifts home study course and mastermind course, you can get actually $100 off of it, just until next Monday on the 28th. So jump on that. And we're going to be starting my VIP Golden Source of Creation program on December 1st, and also my Soul Alignment Manifestation Method program on December 1st. So there's so much more that I want to share with you, but I also want to give you that opportunity to jump into this, because next year we are really going to speed up into a higher dimensional aspect. So if you're still stuck in that net, right, that third dimensional heavy stuff, it's going to continuously bother you until you let it go and you take responsibility for what is yours, and letting go of what's not yours. All right, so you can see all of that in my Facebook group, Fame and Fortune Soul Alignment Biz Leaders, and I think also on my page here. Oh yeah, just go to my website, leimomikeliikuli.com, and you can see all of the offers, and you can just put Cyber Monday into the code part, as that's going to give you the discount. All right, well, you guys have a beautiful day, and tomorrow I know is Thanksgiving, so enjoy, have a beautiful weekend with your family, and many thanks to you. Aloha.